some news for Arizona Diamondbacks analyst Bob Brenly. He is voluntarily taking the leave of absence, and he is undergoing sensitivity training after a comment he made in regards to Marcus Stroman's Durag. So I'll read the comment to you. He said it during the game on Wednesday. He said, and I quote, "Pretty sure that's the same Durag that Tom Seaver used to wear when he pitched for the Mets." And in case if you don't know who Tom Seaver is, he's a legendary pitcher. He's mostly known for playing for the Mets. Unfortunately, he did pass away in August, so may he rest in peace. And if you do remember who Tom Seaver is, you'll know that he never wore a durag. So he was basically trying to make a joke about or take a jab at Marcus Stroman, who does wear a durag. And then Marcus Stroman went on Twitter and he tweeted, "Onward and upward through all the adversity and racist undertones. The climb continues through all." Now, if you don't know what the durag is, a lot of people wear it for style. It's very synonymous in the Black culture and in the rap culture too. You know, you see it a lot in the rap culture as well. People wear it because they have a haircut called the waves and they don't want it to get ruined, so they put it on. You know, especially if you put on a hat and stuff like that. They don't want the hat to ruin that haircut, so they put the durag on to keep it pristine. More other people wear it for style, so it's very common. You see it a lot, but it's also very synonymous in the Black culture and in the rap culture as well. And I have a quote from Bob Brenly himself. He said, and I quote, "I want to apologize again for my insensitive reference on Wednesday, as it does not reflect my values of who I am. Beginning today, I have voluntarily decided to take some time off to listen, reflect, and devote my attention to awareness training related to diversity and inclusion to enhance my understanding and appreciation of others. I plan to return to the booth next homestand, hopefully a better person." And the Diamondbacks' next home game is on June 11th versus the Los Angeles Angels, which is next Friday. And before I pass on to you, Mario, this article is written by ESPN News Services. So I'll let you start off first. What do you think of Bob Brenly taking a voluntary leave of absence?
Well, look, I'll say this, and before I say anything, I just want to say, Bob Brenly's comments, they were unneeded. But I will say this: I do respect the fact that he is going and making an effort. Okay, and the one thing that the country that we're in, and I don't like being political or nothing like that, but the one thing that the problem with the country that we're in, right, is not only there is stuff being said that's absolutely wrong and stuff that are being done that's absolutely wrong. You know what I'm saying? But this is mostly focused on the stuff that's being said. People are so, again, it's like their first instinct to just attack the person. Okay, I understand it. It's their first instinct. But what people don't do now these days is they don't educate. Okay, they're not learning. People are not learning. Okay, so he made some insensitive comment, and this isn't the first time. I believe he said he said something regarding Fernando Tatis's necklace. He said something like he would be able to I think he said something like he would be able to run faster or get to the base faster if he didn't have a bike chain on his neck or whatever. So it's not the first time. But here's the problem I have, okay? All right. The problem I have with the country right now is people aren't willing to educate others. All right. And not only that, it's the other side too. People are not willing to listen to the other side. You're offended with what I said. Can you explain why? Explain to me why you're offended. All right. Educate me if you can. It's as simple as that. Okay. We're never too old to learn. Okay. And again, do I know if these comments were directed? I'm not quite sure what Bob Brenly was thinking when he made those comments. I'm not quite sure. I'm not sure if it was, again, because he didn't like the appearance or to take a jab at Marcus Stroman himself. I'm not quite sure, Nate. Okay, I'm not Bob Brenly, so I couldn't tell you. According to him, he says this does not reflect on who I am. All right. Well, a lot of people have been tired of Bob Brenly for a minute. A lot of people have heard the stuff that he said, and a lot of times they just don't agree with it. But I will say this: I do like the fact that Bob Brenly is taking time, and he has voluntarily decided to take some time away and reflect and devote his time towards training regarding regarding awareness towards diversity and everything. I do respect that part because usually when stuff like this comes out, Nate, we hear people go, "I apologize for what I said. I'm gonna be a better person from here on out." Blah blah blah. Okay, which is this. So the only difference is he is volunteering to learn more. he is going to try to educate himself. And again, can I say he'll never say stuff like this again? I'm not quite sure. That's not a guarantee, Nate. All right. But one step is making the effort. The other step is applying it and becoming a better person from there on out. You know, everybody can change. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody says things that they're not supposed to say. Okay. But the thing is, you have to learn, you have to move forward from that. All right. Every mistake that you do, you got to learn and you got to move forward, no matter what that might be. So in Bob Brenly's case, all right, I said an insensitive comment, okay? And it was a joke that nobody understood, that it wasn't even and nobody thought it was funny. The reason why is because some people were offended by it, and Marcus Stroman was offended by it. You know, but the one thing Bob Brenly can do is take some time, learn about it, learn about what he said, and again, what was wrong about it, which he probably understands now. But I'm glad that he's going through this awareness training, so he can have a better education. He can better himself. Now, going to the commentary part, okay? When you're a commentator, the mic is always hot. I don't know how many times you say this, Nate. The mic is always hot. You are on that mic, and whatever you say will be caught on live TV. So you have to be careful with what you say. And now go into undertones, because I am very familiar with undertones. And the reason why is because I took a couple of sports media classes, and undertones, they happen a lot more than you think. All right. Undertones could be something as simple as commentary, the difference between men and women. You look at LeBron James. He makes a dunk. Everybody, the commentator yells, "What a thunderous dunk by LeBron. He just slammed it in," and blah blah blah. But then you look at or we'll take Steph Curry, for example, because this is a better example. Steph Curry hits a long three. What a dagger by Steph Curry. Slicing the defense or whatever it is. If somebody goes for a layup or whatever, correct? We go to the WNBA. What a great shot by I don't know. I'm trying to think. I'm coming up with a random WNBA player. What a great shot by Sue Bird. It is amazing. It's amazing what she can do. The commentary is completely different. And that, in my opinion, is an undertone, because you're not given the same excitement towards one sport as you are the other. Undertones are like that. You know, they're hidden. They're not what you call racist or sexist, but they're hidden in that way. And I'm not sure if he had a racist intent behind it, Nate. You know? But the one thing that people got to realize in this country is not everybody's perfect, okay? It's all about educating people, okay? For instance, when Deshaun Jackson made that statement that he made regarding Jewish people. And it's the same thing with Myers Leonard. Julian Edelman reached out to both of them and was like, "Look, I can teach you a little bit about the culture and educate you a little bit more on it." That's what people need to do from now on. Okay, opposed to just attacking somebody, and pushing them out the way. Educate them. Now, sometimes you could try to educate somebody and they might not get the gif. You know what I'm saying? Or they might not, or they just won't care. I understand that. At that point, then they're just being selfish and arrogant. If they're not trying to understand you. If they're trying not to be educated. But in cases like these, you have to educate these people. Okay, you got to teach them the background and the history behind certain cultures and everything like that. All right, that's how you improve in this world. That's how people improve. They learn, they develop, and they grow. And you're never too old to learn and develop and to grow. Okay, doesn't mean there's no such thing as hitting a certain age limit and then you stop learning. You stop developing, you stop growing. There's no such thing. As long as you are still alive on this planet, you can still grow and elevate and learn and evolve. Simple as that. I truly believe that. So that's what I hope that people can take from this is, okay, this man made an insensitive comment. Is the comment wrong? Absolutely. He shouldn't have made the comment. There was no need to make the comment because that comment had literally nothing to do with the game. Okay? But I do like the fact that he is taking and he's making an effort to learn it. Okay? Now, again, will he apply that to his commentary? I hope so. I hope that comments like these never are going to be made again by him nor any other commentator or analyst or regardless. I hope comments like these are never made again. But again, not only the first step is learning, the next step is growing as a person and using what you learned to make yourself a better person, and not just better person, a better commentator or a better analyst. So with that being said, to the Arizona, to Marcus Stroman, again, I'm sorry that these comments were made towards you, and I'm sorry that he took these he took these comments very kind of did upset him and disappoint him. I'm sorry that he felt it that way. Obviously, I would have been disappointed too if somebody's making fun of my appearance. Like obviously it's something that it's something that shouldn't even be made in baseball. Baseball, the whole point of an analyst and a commentator is to focus on the game, not what the person's wearing. That shouldn't matter. Okay, when I'm watching a game, I'm not looking at Marcus Stroman's Durag, or I'm not looking at Fernando Tatis's or any other baseball players' gold necklaces. I'm not looking at that. I am looking at what they're doing on the court. I'm sorry, excuse me, on the field. I'm sorry. So, with that being said, again, I'm sorry that Marcus Stroman again had these comments made towards him. They were absolutely wrong. As for Bob Brenly, I really do hope that you can learn from this, and I really do hope that you can develop and grow as a person. And with that being said, what I think, again, for people who are watching, do this, okay? When somebody makes comments like these, instead of automatically bashing them, because you bashing people does not help neither. Okay, that does not change who they are. It just gives you more. It just gives them more resentment towards you. Okay, if I said something, okay, if Nate said something towards me, and I got mad at him, and I just kept bashing him and bashing him and bashing him, you think he's actually gonna he's gonna resent me even more? Because I'm not helping, I'm not educating, I'm just bashing you, I'm just bashing him into the ground. Some people are like, you stupid, blah blah, you're stupid, blah blah blah. And then they try to explain it as they're insulting them. That's not gonna work. You need to educate and make people understand that way by educating, not by bashing them and putting them down. So I hope that people can learn from that. I hope that people can finally come together and start talking and communicating like people should, opposed to bashing people and opposed to kind of basically trashing them and everything like that. And he has made some insensitive comments in the past. Now I agree to that. Okay, I absolutely agree. But he's taken the effort to learn and to become a better person. And I hope that once he's done with this awareness training, I hope that in the awareness and diversity training, I hope that he can learn from it and apply it to what he does now, and not only become a better commentator, but a better person. So with that being said, I wish the best of luck to Marcus Stroman and to the Arizona Diamondbacks. Same thing to Bob Brenly. I hope that you will learn from your mistakes, and I hope that this training turns you into a better person and commentator.
Yeah, absolutely. You basically said everything. Yeah, going back to the education thing, I'm glad you mentioned that, because here's the thing, okay? I can't stand it when people do that, because it's like you want people to be aware of this and that, but then someone doesn't, someone is gonna act the exact opposite. You know what I mean? And are there some arrogant people? Absolutely. There are some people that just be built like that, and there's just nothing we can do about it. But not everybody's like that. And by casting them aside, only strengthens their harsh opinion against them.
Right.
I mean, and that's why I get so mad at people. It's like, oh, you're ignorant, this and that, and I defend, I'm not gonna defend what they say. Obviously, what some people say in terms of race is wrong. I'm not gonna defend them, but I'm not gonna defend the fact that you're gonna shut them out completely. You know what I mean? So basically, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not taking anybody's. That's just who I am. But I look at it and I'm like, you want people to educate, because there are some people like that out there. Some people do say go out there and educate. Let's educate these people and that people. But then they do something like that, and you go, you're eviscerated, gone, goodbye, have a nice day.
Right, and if you think about it, the whole foundation of what we build this YouTube what we built this YouTube channel on is exactly that. Okay, you say your opinion, I say my opinion. I'll cut in if I disagree with you, but you're never going to hear me tell you on camera or yell at you on camera.
Yeah,
your opinion is wrong. Blah blah blah. I might think my opinion is right. You might think your opinion is right. Okay, we try to talk. We give reasons why we believe that, but we'll never yell at each other and be like, "You're wrong." Blah blah blah. We used to do that in homeroom, but that in high school. But we were high school kids. 2 years of college, I think, really changes people.
Yeah, that absolutely does. Even 1 year can change someone.
Right. Absolutely.
And you look at it, and it's just like, and some people do is like, everybody says it is arrogant. That's not always true. Some people do say that without the intent of actually hurting somebody, but then they don't realize how much it's gonna hurt them. And people like Bob Brenly, won't realize the mistake and be like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I want to at least be educated and learn more about why this hurts somebody, that. But then you got the other person that just doesn't give a damn. So, not everybody's built to be ignorant or arrogant. Sometimes some people say and they don't know how much it hurts somebody. So I'm glad that he's willing to take time away to, at least learn more about the culture, at least undergo sensitivity training. I am glad about that. And I got to give him credit for that. Um, and yeah, this is just a lesson. There's a time and place to say everything, and you got to be very, very careful of what you say. Even whether it be you're a commentator on ESPN or whatever the case might be. Even putting a video on social media, you got to be very, very careful of what you say.
Right.
Very, very careful. And that's why we choose our words wisely, because one false move and that's it. So that's my advice to you guys. If you're gonna make a video of any sort, or you're gonna go out, even going out in public, you don't even have to make a video. Just going out in public in general, be very careful what you say, especially in these days. So yeah. With that being said, going to Marcus Stroman, I do apologize that these comments were made, and I do wish the Mets the best of luck. Same thing with the Diamondbacks. I do wish the best of luck. And Bob Brenly, I hope you can learn from this. And when you do, I do wish you the best of luck as well if you learn from these. And that's really all I have to say.